Today's session is, it's a very specific type of up-leveling of the human form that I'm guided to focus on. And just in case you hear doorbells and stuff in the background, it's because I'm not at home. I'm actually at a friend's place, which is so exciting after 6 months to go visit a friend. And there are a few of us that have decided to gather here just enough so we could be, 2 meters apart. So in case you hear the noises in the background, that is what is going on. I have my own room, so we shouldn't be disturbed here. Okay, so I was guided very strongly today to focus on an up-leveling of the human form, which is going to be a vibrational up-leveling of the human form. Because it is really down to our vibrations. Doing a vibrational up-leveling basically means that only that, this is the case anyway, only that which matches our vibration can exist in our field. So by up-leveling the human form to get it to the highest vibration that it can possibly have at this time, then that enables us to get to a vibrational frequency that only allows that which is in the highest service of us. What I was also shown very clearly is that as the world starts to learn to live with the virus and other stuff that could emerge with a new set of values, I think Japan is one of the first ones to come up with a set of guidelines for the nation itself, and there will be others that will come forth. But in this strive to serve, there may be new technologies, and there are some that we are aware of. There may be new technology and technological advancements that are likely to spread across the world, that may directly or inadvertently affect our immunity and deplete the vital life force of this human form. Now, everything is a vibrational match, so we can up-level ourselves to an extent that we are not affected by these technological advancements, so the planet can benefit from the advancement, but and not be impacted by the downside that comes with these advancements. And the vital life force up-leveling can continue. And that is what is going to happen. Now, I have used this approach very, very effectively a number of times certainly with myself, when I went through my surgeries and you get pumped with a whole ton of antibiotics, given that I don't take any medication. And when I had my 2 surgeries, I think I had antibiotics of a lifetime at that time and painkillers that I otherwise would not have taken. So I worked with myself so that I got the benefits from this medication without the after effects. So it is something like that, except some of these technological advancements are such that they affect us at a cellular programming level. So what I'm guided to do today is to bring about that up-leveling and to anchor that up-leveling so that it can occur ongoingly. And our bodies can continuously regenerate themselves in case we are impacted in any way at all. Now, for those of you who are doing this session for the first time, I strongly recommend that go to the start of the up-leveling of the human form sessions as soon as you can and work your way through so that every organ is returned to its originating intent. And we are then up-leveling from that point onwards. Having said all of that, I've been very specifically asked not to mention some specific technologies, which I would love to talk about. And I've been very specifically asked not to mention any of those. And the reason why they're saying not to mention any of those is that those are what we are aware of. There are many others that we are not aware of, and there'll be many new ones that will come on board as well. So it is all forms of technological advancements that directly or inadvertently have an impact on depleting this human form. That is what we are working on. The other piece that I'm asked to share at this time is that, some of you who are in this spiritual realm would have heard about ascension symptoms. And many of us have experienced it over the years. And they feel very real. They really do feel as if there's a physiological condition that has suddenly hit us. That's how they feel. And yet, the condition that it may feel like, the symptom itself doesn't last as long as that condition would normally last. So it is an ascension symptom. It's come in, it's hit you really hard, and it goes away. That's an ascension symptom. So sometimes what happens is our physiological being, when it is hit with this major recalibration of the human body, its vibrations can get very rapidly depleted, only momentarily, but they can get very rapidly depleted. And if we have any fractures at that point in our field, we then attract those that match that low vibrational frequency. And then it takes a while for those lower vibrations to leave our field. And I'm asked to share these things because it is bringing about a readiness. It's as if I have a duster, and by sharing all this stuff, I'm like dusting away your field. So all these little particles are being attracted to that duster. And when we go through the process of the upleveling that is choosing to come through today, all those things that this duster has ruffled up will actually be released. There are a couple of other things that they wish to talk about. There already was a rise in polarization that was taking place on the planet. And there is an accentuation of that in certain parts of the world. And some of these people would be showing up in your field in the form of news feeds, in the form of social media feeds, in the form of Twitter handles, and other such conversations. And any such conversation, just the key thing to remember is any such conversation that when your vibrational attunement is up leveled, any such conversation just passes by. Even if you notice it, there's nothing in you that wishes to engage with it. So we want to achieve that intention as well in our session today. And then there is two other things that they wish to talk about, which is what we are going to be upleveling. This other piece that they're talking about is there are some ancestral legacy-oriented vows. We worked on the wrists and ankles last time, releasing those hooks and shackles. So what has now surfaced, which was not even visible before, are some ancestral vows which really come from our legacy. It is not something that we are associated with at all. It's just that when we take birth into a particular lineage, some lineages have those vows that they have signed up for on behalf of their lineage. And there are some of us here, and there are lots of people across the planet who are in that space. So when you have a lineage-related vow, then that plays out just because you have chosen to be born into that lineage. What we're going to do today in this upleveling is uplevel your vibration to such a level that that vibration doesn't match the vibration of your lineage. It is your vibration. And this piece is being done here in this human vibe attunement because it gets each one of us to be vibrating at the vibrational frequency of our soul presence, which is unique to each one of us. Even though the essence of the soul itself is the creator, the essence of the creator, the journeys of each of our particle, which is the the consciousness, which is the consciousness that represents the creator. Each of our consciousnesses has had a whole variety of journeys. So there is something unique about each of us in our soul presence. And we are born with our own innate vibrational frequency. And I know that some of you who've been a part of my business collective, the Federation 100, have been told what your innate vibrational frequency is. So, and that is the vibe of your soul being, and that soul being becoming attuned with the human form. The human form also rises into that innate vibe. Now, whether you know it or not, you have it. So you will have the benefit of what we are about to do just now. And there's one final piece that wishes to come through. This is to do with curses. I didn't believe in all this kind of stuff, until I started seeing how these things, they're all conversations, that occur several times, and then they lodge themselves in the form of an energetic signature. So it is not the individual curses. We've already dealt with that. There were hooks and shackles, that's done. But there are some societal ones, to do with certain parts of the planet, certain cultures, that sort of stuff. So we are also, even those will actually be released and cleared out from our fields. And as they get cleared out from our fields, we are holographically connected as an archetype to many others on the planet that we have directly or indirectly connected with, many other people that we may never have met, but they match our archetype. So as these things get released from our fields, as we have a vibrational upliftment, then it's like a sweep that runs across and has an impact on people across the planet. The good news is that the saboteur forces that have been around on the planet, they've literally all been removed. The only saboteurs that are being released right now, virus included, are only the ones that have been harbored in human form. So the more we work on upleveling the human form and apply the human vibe attunement that enables the human form, the upleveled human form, to be able to expand to the highest expression of itself, coming from a space of knowing that it is eternal, it is indestructible. It spreads that vibe across the planet in a very powerful way. And just as nature, when it reclaimed itself, that vibe of okayness started spreading across the planet. And I have seen here in India, and certainly Italy is something that I really do track, Venice in particular, I have seen the impact on the water bodies here. There was so much work that was being done on cleaning up certain rivers, and you just see the photographs that the locals have captured of how pristine and clear and flowing and full they are. And that's because the nature returned to its innate vibe of okayness. It has always been the attitude of humans that has created a compromise and has a direct impact on nature. So in what we are doing right now is we are impacting that. It's only when the human form feels a lack of vital life force, it starts grappling and clutching at things. And there is that feeling of lack or insufficiency that starts to surface. And when that surfaces, our vibrational frequency is low enough to then bring to the forefront all of these other things that I've talked about that we're going to be releasing. So we are ready to get started. So get yourself to be comfortable. Be comfortable. And again, for this, the preference is that you're able to sit up on a chair with your feet on the ground. And if for any reason you have to lie down, you lie down. Be responsible for your own comfort. Eyes closed is best. I'm going to keep my eyes open because I'm using the internet in somebody else's home just in case we get disconnected. So I know it in time. I'm going to keep my eyes open. So, drop your hands down and have your palms facing forward, fingers slightly apart. Imagine the tips of your fingers and the middle of your feet, the base of your spine are all connected to the core of the earth. They're connected to the core of the earth with a golden cord. And this golden cord has got the frequency of precious metal gold. In this cord today, I'm seeing a very strong presence of tourmaline. I'm also seeing a presence of a moldavite. It's a very special crystal, which also was a meteor that is largely found in Czechoslovakia. And there's only very, very little of it available. The whole sliver of moldavite has already been removed. We just can find little specks of it. But it brings about a very direct and a powerful connection to the cosmos. It's way more than that, but those are the two very strongly intertwined with the golden cord today. You can now lift your arms and put them on your thighs, your palms facing upwards. Drop your shoulders down. Imagine the back of your crown is being lifted up. You can have your feet firmly on the ground. Allows you to lift your spine up even more. And as you do that, it's like your shoulders pop open, the collarbones pop open, and there's a particular glandular activator that is there just over here below the shoulders that pops open. Has a direct impact on our endocrine system. You may have some excess buildup of saliva. That's because our pancreas have started smiling suddenly. So we're going to get into that alignment breath. Breathe into the count of 9, hold to the count of 4, and breathe out to the count of 6. So breathe in 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once more. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you're now connecting to each of your 13 chakras. You're beginning from the base of your feet, in fact, even a little below that. And you're going up chakra by chakra by chakra, and it's about 4 chakras above your crown. You're going all the way there. And in you making that connection, you're literally drawing like a channel. And it's a channel through which energy flows. Now, the new chakras are already unblocked. And for those of you whose whose 7 chakras, there is some form of blockage, that starts to get activated and it's going to be released. We have the presence of Archangel Raphael and Archangel Michael, and we have the presence of Saint Germain and Archangel Gabriel and Shamuel and Haniel. We have the presence of Ganesha, the Indian elephant god, Lord Shiva, Goddess Lakshmi, Goddess Dana, Goddess Hathor, Goddess Isis, Goddess Isolde, Goddess Freya. We have the presence of Ascended Master Pan, who embodies all the amazing nature spirits, brings us into a presence of okayness. So you can imagine each one of these amazing energies that are present here with us. Each of them are present here with each one of us. So we have so many multiple presences of those. As we connect to each other in this humongous circle, from Bali to Australia, Sydney to Thailand to South Africa, India, Dubai, London, Ireland, Germany, all these different places in the US, East Coast, West Coast, as well as Colorado, Central America, and Canada today. They're all active and doing the work that they need to do. And you already are clear. The fact that these powerful energies have come in so fast after our 946 breath shows us that each one of you is already clear. You don't need to go and scan your bodies at all. You already are super clear. What is being invoked right now are the presence of the 4 directions: north, south, east, and west. What is also being activated are the energies of the 4 elements: fire, water, earth, and air. In the center of our circle is the presence of our central sun, and in the center of the central sun itself is the energetic presence of the grand central sun. About 2 feet below our feet is a humongous plank, and it's a plank that is like a filter that is filtering a golden light that is coming from the core of the earth, and it is rising up through our feet and going into our bodies. And this particular golden light has been very specifically guided and directed by each of our guardian angels. And it is being directed exactly where there is a very specific weakness. I know that there are some of you here who've got certain conditions right now of the spine. Some of you have particular situations going on in the context of migraines and headaches, and some of you have got particular digestive issues and knee issues. So it's as if that light is being directed in its own way to exactly those spots, and it's picking up what is required to support you so that your organ, your system, your structure can be recalibrated and return to normal over the next 32 to 36 hours. You may experience, some of you may experience a little bit of gurgling in your tummies. All of us are being very specifically healed in the mouth cavity. Our jaw and gums have become, I'm being given the word denatured, and structurally they have become out of alignment. So as a result, our teeth sometimes are not held as well as they need to be, and the jawbone itself has been de-shaped. So that is actually being brought into its originating intent, which is different for each one of us. The other piece that is being worked on right now is every tooth, the canal of every tooth has got so many channels that connect every tooth to different parts of our brain and different parts of our nervous system. And many of us have had these root canal jobs done, which has blocked that connection. And we are opening up the energetic connection again. And in opening up the energetic connection, what happens when you have the root canals done, it's sometimes if there was any bacterial infection, it remains trapped. It can't now be healed through the canal of the teeth, and it sometimes goes and lodges itself in between the brain lobes. It cannot survive there, so it dies. And in its death, there are toxins that have an effect on the brains, on the brain lobes and the nervous system there. So all of those are right now being cleaned out. All of these have a direct impact on our immune system. Different cultures, different pedigrees, different ancestral races have got different health conditions that are unique to them. It doesn't have to be this way, you know. All of these propensities that our DNA tests show, they may exist, but they don't have to show up as an ailment anymore. Because you can switch off those genes. So we are now looking at any ancestral stuff, any lineage stuff that may be there as a programming of your DNA. Anything that exists that causes an inflammation at an RNA level is now being uncovered. In its uncovering, it gives permission to Archangel Raphael and others that are working on our physiology today to be able to support it. If you hear sounds and noises in the background, just imagine there is a sound bucket and you just allow those sounds that are disturbing to go in there. You just have to be present. A lot of the healing that is going to occur today is being activated primarily through the mouth. The mouth is the termination point of at least 62,000 nadi channels, which travel through our entire presence. The other piece that has got phenomenal presences of channels of energy that provide a powerful healing to us in a regenerative way are the fingertips, particularly our little pinkies and our middle finger and the thumb. You don't need to do anything. I'm just pointing it out. So literally it's as if whatever the energetic channels are that extend out of the middle finger, the little pinky and the thumb extend across your entire field. And they are being completely cleared and clarified right now. We are now noticing this golden healing light going into our neck region. The entire structure of the neck is a very, very powerful organ, and it is so complicated, so convoluted. And it takes a lot for the muscles of the neck to be toned and not become stiff, because you overtone them, they become stiff. You don't tone them, they're too flaccid. The toning has got to be exact. So there is a remembrance that is being brought back to everything that makes up our neck, every tissue, every cell, every collection of nerves, blood vessels, glands, the bones, the cartilages, the discs, the brain stem that's there. We all are born with our own energetic neck pillow. And that neck pillow is actually there to protect us. But what happens as life progresses, we allow ourselves to receive burdens. Anytime we feel burden, it goes into this neck pillow, to this neck pillow, into this neck pillow, and it literally starts weighing us down. So right now, I'm just bringing that remembrance back to this neck pillow. It literally is like we have the discs that prevent the two vertebrae from rubbing against each other. We have this energetic neck pillow that prevents your head, which is quite heavy actually, from collapsing onto your spine. So that is there. That is very present right now. The laughter in the background is the energy of rejoicing and celebration as we release ourselves. It is phenomenal for us to be encouraged in this way. And now what is happening is very interesting. It's like your own light, your own illuminator has been activated and invoked, and it is traveling through the center of all of your 13 chakras, one after the other, after the other, after the other, and it's going to keep making several rounds, and it's going to make those several rounds in multiple directions so that your own light starts to open up your chakras even more than they have ever been done before, more than has ever been done before. And then each chakra becomes this beautiful sparkling star of your own illumination. What you will experience though over the next few days as a result of this, it's as if you are returning to be stationed in whole and complete within yourself. And any connections that you are holding on to from other planetary places or other galaxies that you might have remembered, those connections will actually release themselves so that you can be stationed in whole and complete in your magnificence, in your majesty, with your core strength, powerful and anchored, standing tall, allowing yourself to show up in your regalia at all times. And every step you take is an illuminated one. Darkness disappears from your field. You observe it outside of you, and it does not have to impact you in any form. What that does is it uplevels your vibrational frequency. There's a massive upleveling that has taken place already right now. Take a deep breath in, and you're going to breathe into your heart love, kindness, and compassion, and you're going to breathe out of your solar plexus gratitude and peace. Breathe in love, kindness, and compassion. Breathe out gratitude and peace. Breathe in love, kindness, and compassion. Breathe out gratitude and peace. You are now going to direct your breath from your base chakra, and you're going to take it all the way to your crown, and you're going to release the breath from the crown. From your base chakra, breathe in love, kindness, and compassion all the way to the crown. Breathe out gratitude and peace. Breathe in love, kindness, and compassion from your base chakra all the way up to your crown. Breathe out gratitude and peace. Breathe in love, kindness, and compassion all the way from your base chakra to your crown. Breathe out gratitude and peace. Repeat after me. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. Take your right hand and just put it on just underneath your neck on the left hand side, just here. And take your left hand and hold your elbow very gently. Continue. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. Just slide your hand down your shoulders and just do it with a little bit of a brisk out of your shoulders. Come back to the center. Hold your hands in a namaste. Your ears will be crackling a bit. Your jaw might be readjusting a little. Cerebral spinal fluid movement in the way it is meant to be has now been reactivated, and a remembrance returned to that. Your pelvic girdle is opening up. There's an opening of the pelvic that is starting to take place right now as I speak. Repeat after me. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. Take your right hand, left hand over your heart, to your right hand about 4 inches away from your right ear. You may feel a little bit of tingling on the tips of your big toes, both of them. It's okay to twitch your feet a little, and it is the right toe, the big toe, that is being sort of stretched, but we are releasing a massive amount of pressure that has been held in the form of emotional distress in different organs. You're removing the overwhelm from your right ear and releasing that emotional distress from the tip of your big toe. Take your right hand, put it over your left hand. Take a deep breath into your heart. Just breathe out. You feel lots of crackling in your ears. It's that fluid in the middle ear and those very fine hair that you have in the middle ear that often affects the hearing abilities. Literally, they are being cleaned out as we speak. And if you need to yawn, you yawn because a huge amount of energy is flowing through you right now. Rub your palms against each other in front of your throat. Keep rubbing, take them up to the front of your third eye. Keep rubbing, bring them down all the way to your solar plexus. Keep rubbing, bring them back in between your eyebrows. Put your hands over your eyes. Open your eyes in them. Take them on top of your head, the back of your head, either side of your neck, down your shoulders. Do an energy sweep and blow. My communication is always cellular. So even if you felt you were disturbed by the sound in the background, my communication is cellular. And Suzanne, you're going to have a job on your hand to clean this sound file up. As soon as Suzanne has done that, we will share the YouTube link with all of you. And regardless, you can go into that 946 breath in your own space without my voice even, and speak the human vibe attunement chant in your own way and allow yourselves to release a remembrance of all that occurred today. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for tolerating the sounds in the background. Remember, it was like people celebrating the work that we were doing for the rest of humanity. So thank you all. Do share your word to complete our session today. Magnificent gratitude and grace. Happy and gratitude. Yummy. Vibrating. Thank you so much. Love, only love. Divine, radiant, celebrating. Grateful. Thanks. Great experience today. Love the sound. Sacred joy. Life is a party indeed. Thank you for your commitment, Mynoo. Thank you for your commitment. You know, I've been shown, I used to be told all the time, you just have to show up. You just have to show up. You just have to show up. You know what they're saying now? You have to show up and stand up. It's like, and in standing up, you stand out. And really, that's the message for all of us. You know, show up, stand out. Feeling of rejoice in celebrating Illumination Festival of Wholeness. Wow, amazed. Love and gratitude from Rupa. Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day wherever you are. Deep gratitude. I will see you again on Tuesday. Thank you.